The box arrived on the child's birthday, wrapped in cheerful paper and tied with a bright ribbon, looking harmless enough to belong at any ordinary celebration. But from the moment it touched the child's hands, something shifted beneath the surface. A faint movement, a subtle twitch, like something inside was adjusting itself, waiting to be held. The child froze, fingers trembling slightly as the box pressed back, almost too gently, as if it were testing his grip. Everyone around him laughed, assuming it was a toy, a prank, something mechanical, something explainable. But the child knew the sound he heard wasn't mechanical. Something inside the box had breathed. As he lifted it to his ear, a faint scratching slid along the inside walls, too soft for anyone else to notice, too delicate to be anything large, yet too intentional to be random. Then it whispered his name. Not like someone calling from across a room, not like a voice coming through paper, but directly into his ear, as if the box itself had lips pressed to his skin. He dropped it instantly, stepping back so quickly his chair tipped behind him. No one else reacted. No one else heard it. His mother urged him to open the gift, teasing him for being nervous, unaware of the quiet dread settling deep inside him. He reached toward the box again, hands shaking, but as his fingers brushed the surface, the whisper returned. "Let me out." He shivered, tried to hide the way his pulse jumped, tried not to look terrified as his family watched with smiling faces, expecting excitement. The scratching inside shifted direction, moving quickly now, circling the interior of the box like something pacing in a cage, growing impatient. He pulled the ribbon with trembling fingers, peeled back the wrapping paper, and carefully lifted the lid. Perfectly, impossibly empty. But the whisper didn't stop. "I'm right here." The voice wasn't coming from the box anymore. It was inside his left ear, warm and direct, as though something were sitting just behind his eardrum, speaking through the thin barrier of his skin. He slapped his hand to the side of his head, stumbling backwards, but the voice followed the movement, sliding deeper, curling itself inside his thoughts. "Don't tell them. They won't help you." He tried to scream, but the sound lodged in his throat as a cold pressure began creeping behind his eye, slow and patient, as if something invisible were tracing lines across his mind, exploring him. His parents laughed, thinking he was overwhelmed by the surprise, encouraging him to look again, convinced the real present must be hidden, that he'd missed something. But the box remained empty, still, innocent. Meanwhile, the voice curled deeper inside him. "You opened the door. Now I live where your secrets live." He squeezed his eyes shut, trying to block it out, but the whisper only grew clearer, sharper, threading through every thought like it knew how to follow each one. "What are you afraid of right now?" He couldn't breathe, he couldn't think. The world around him blurred as if everything outside his head was fading. And the voice, his voice, grew louder. "Good, I like when your heart does that." Then it went quiet. Not gone, just quiet, like something settling into a comfortable place inside him, choosing a corner of his mind to lie down in. And though it said no more, he felt it there, listening to every thought, every breath, every fear. That night, he lay in bed, staring at the shadows on the wall, waiting for sleep to take him. But the moment he closed his eyes, the whisper returned, softer than before, patient now, no longer begging to be freed. "We're going to share everything." The child buried his face in the pillow, trembling, knowing the truth with a certainty that hollowed him out. The box had never been empty. It had just been waiting for him to open enough space inside himself.